Coach, it looked like it might have been a good day for Dell and Kel. How much were they able to do, and how good is it to see them go through a step in the series of steps that they'll have to go through to come back?
No, I thought it was a great day for them. I thought it was a great day for all of our guys. The level of intentionality in what we were doing, the focus level, and the intensity of the practice was really great. It was a great seeing Kel and Dell both out there able to go with the group and the things that we were going through.
What specifically was able to go with the group mean? Like what were they able to do?
Well, they focused on a little bit of contact, going with the guys, working on 5-on-0 offense, some execution pieces, the details of our defense. But just them being out there with the group was what we were looking forward to, and then we'll just keep evaluating it, one step at a time, seeing how they can keep responding to what they've been through.
Is there a concern at all that when eventually they do return, that you'll have to tinker with your lineups again, and it might mess up the flow of things, or is that something you're just continuing to work on?
I think we've continued to work on that from the beginning of the year in training camp. We've had multiple lineups, different combinations, and we say it all the time. That's the beauty of this group in being able to play with different combinations, because what we do stays the same. Who you plug into those pieces, is going to be different, but what we do is going to stay the same.
Spoke with Wendell end of November, said about 2 weeks from then he was going to get another meeting with the doctor. It's been about 2 weeks since then. Is there any update potentially? Could he possibly play?
Well, that's part of the reason why he's able to go through the practices, because he's able to start to take it one step at a time in his recovery process.
What do you think about this upcoming Boston almost series-like 2 games in Boston? What is his opportunity for this team?
Well, I think it's great. I mean, we've done this with them before, so I think it's a great time for us to be able to evaluate our level of play, where we are both defensively and offensively, and then you get to make adjustments as the games go on. I know Cleveland is there right now doing some of that, so it'll be great to see some of the adjustments that both teams make tomorrow, and it'll be something that we'll both look at as well.
The Magic are 8-0 when you hold teams to under 100 points. That was something you were able to do the first time you faced Boston, but Boston's averaging 124 at home. They haven't lost at home yet. What stands out to you from that first matchup? And you talked about bringing defense on the road, but how hard will that be to bring it to TD Garden?
Well, we have such a phenomenal home crowd. They've willed us to so many games with their energy and excitement and enthusiasm of being a part of this group. So that's one piece of being at home. The second side of it was also that they didn't have Drew Holiday. Porzingis went out late, and so they have a reason to have a full squad, and they're going to be looking to get out and go early. I think they're +8 in differential in the first quarter, so they come out blazing early. So we got to make sure our level of focus as well as our togetherness on the road has got to be at a high level.
What's the strategy for defending a guy like Jason Tatum?
He's one of the great players of the league that you just have to mix up coverages. They can't see the same thing over and over and over again. You have to be as physical as you can without fouling, but being smart and having different matchups on him is going to be something that we'll continue to look at as the game goes on. Thank you, guys.
Franz, it's not often this time of year that you guys get either days off or practice days. How good has this stretch been for your group as you prepare to go for a back-to-back series with Boston?
Yeah, really good. Physically and mentally to regroup a little bit and get a couple good practice sessions in. I think it's really important, like you said, work on some details. And we got a tough stretch coming up to end the year, really. So we want to make sure that we have a good start now in Boston, and know it's going to be two really tough games. So I want to be ready for that.
When looking back at that first Boston game in Orlando, what stood out to you about that and the success you're able to have, limiting them to 94 points?
I think the one thing I remember is just our intensity, how aggressive we were on both sides of the floor, and I thought they were way below their average in making threes and taking threes in that game. So, really tough team to guard. We did a good job the first game, and hopefully we can keep building on that.
Boston's 1 in the East, y'all are 2. How excited are you guys for this challenge you have these next 2 games?
Yeah, really excited. It's always a cool place to play, I think. And we know they're going to be ready for us, and we want to be ready for the challenge and do what we do.
What's your strategy for defending a guy like Jason Tatum?
just gotta try to make it tough on him. He knows all the tricks, he has all the moves. Just try to take something away and not foul. I think is a big thing. For all these top guys in the NBA.
In general, what's the key to a hot start?
To a hot start?
Yeah, to a hot, in terms of starting the game off and finding a shot. What does it take?
I think for any run in any part of the game, you need to play good defense and string a couple stops together. And most of the times, that's when you get some momentum and get some easy looks. And obviously when you make a run, you hit a couple in a row too. But I think it always starts with kind of your focus and effort on the defensive side. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for able to go through some portions of practice today. How good was it to be back out there with the guys as you continue to take steps in your rehab process?
I mean, it feels good. Coming back from injury is always probably the best part of the rehab. So just being out there running around, getting up shots, just talking crap with some of my teammates, it was always good. So I'm just looking forward to my return for sure.
How's the hand feeling?
I was feeling better. I have my days, I have my moments when it's a little bit sore, but with me going to the doctor every other week, they've been giving me good news that each time it's healing more and more. So I'm definitely in an upward trend for sure.
I was going to ask, how is this process? How has this process been for you? I mean, I know it's been hard seeing your team be able to go, but how have you been able to keep your spirits up and just continue to focus and realize that you could really help out towards the end of the season too?
Honestly, looking at Goga, because that's who stepped in my position while I've been out. I'm just super excited for him. Just the work that he puts in. Because at the start of the season he wasn't getting as many minutes, so I'm just really happy for him to be able to go out there and showcase what he can do for a personal standpoint and for the team. And just looking from the outside, from the outside looking in, I can see ways I can implement myself to just help this team, get more wins. We're winning a lot more games right now, but later in the season when guys are tired, more worn out, I feel like it'll be a perfect opportunity for me to continue to help this team to get more wins going into the playoffs.
Obviously, Coach is the one making the calls in terms of rotations and lineups, but from your perspective, as a player, is there concern at all that, when you and McCall eventually return, that AB and Goga minutes will change? Is that going to mess the flow of things up, or is that something you don't worry about?
No, I don't really worry about, only because, from me, Markelle, to Goga, to AB, to everybody on the team, everybody just want to win. So whatever it takes for us to win, whether it's more minutes for Goga, more minutes for me, more minutes for Markelle, more minutes for AB, less minutes, however it shapes, however it folds, as long as we're getting wins, I think that's all that matters.
You put a percentage on where your hand's at.
I'll probably say like an 85, 90. Yeah, it's right at the last bit of my recovery. It's like getting over that last little bit of a hump. So.
And it's just time needing to heal?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, that's what I'm doing.
Do you have an idea of how much longer? Or
nah. I just kind of look at each day as opportunity to just allow it to get better. I think the biggest thing is just my hand getting used to the trauma. It's been wrapped up for 4 weeks, so it just has to get back used to the ball hitting it, me grabbing the rim, me grabbing rebounds, blocking shots, setting screens, things like that. You just got to get used to that trauma again.
How eager are you to help this team, stay where they're at, get a little bit better?
Super eager. I know what kind of player I am and what I can bring to a team. So, just looking from the sideline, knowing where I can implement myself, I feel like it's going to be really, really special, especially when me and Markelle get back. I think it's going to, not saying that we're not one of the top, we are one of the top teams in the East right now, but I think it's going to propel us so much higher, just the kind of players that both of us are.
You mentioned that you've been able to stand from the side and see what's kind of going on. So looking ahead to this Boston series, what have you noticed from just your team and how they're playing, and how, what are you hoping and expecting for them to keep going from that first Boston and going into the series?
I'm excited. I feel like, in my opinion, we're going to get a little bit of a playoff experience. Just looking back into last year, how we swept them all 4 games. We beat them at home, so I feel like it's a little bit of juice for them. As Orlando's coming in the house, we got to take care of them, and then some juice for us, competitive juice. I just think it's super exciting that we're getting a taste of that early in the year, so I'm super excited for us.
Thanks, Dal.
Yep.